literally live again outside Downing Street. Right now we're joined by two great friends of ours, Keith Richards and Paula Peters from DPAC. Paula, today, just ahead of Philip Hammond's budget, what are the main concerns for you for disabled people in terms of universal credit and just generally the budget?
Well, we're concerned with the rollout of universal credit. When you go with natural migration, disabled people automatically, with a change of circumstances, lose severe disablement allowance if you're in receipt of that, which is £61 a week, and the enhanced disability premium, which is another £40. So you're looking, well, another 15 quid. So you're looking at nearly £71 a week. And when people start going over to the managed migration, you keep your income protection, but when you are reassessed under universal credit, your income protection goes and your money then drops alarmingly. What we're concerned with universal credit is for disabled people who simply cannot work. The government will make it so difficult for life to be sustained that a great many more people will die. And I think I can't stress this more plainly enough, clearly enough, that now we are in a battle for the right to live, for the very right to exist. And what this government, austerity is killing thousands of disabled people, thousands of pensioners with social care cuts, cuts to benefits, cuts to different services. And the government are trying to cover it up, and we're here to say yet again that the UK is the first state to be formally investigated under the United Nations Conventions of the Rights of People with Disabilities, the first state to be found guilty of grave and systematic human rights violations under that convention. And only in Geneva in August of this year, with further evidence presented to the committee, the committee ruled that the cuts on disabled people's, the impact of the cuts on disabled people's lives amounted to a human catastrophe. And I think that's really important to stress to the UK out there, that a human catastrophe is happening here in this country, that with universal credit about to be rolled out and ramped up, we are heading into a universal credit crisis where we will see a ramping up of homelessness, a ramping up of poverty, a ramping up of destitution. You will see the ramping up of precarious rights, the erosion of proper workers' rights, the ramping up of precarious housing, the abolition of social housing, and the end game of universal credit, and I have to say this really clearly, is the abolition of the welfare state as we know it. And what we are saying, what DPAC are saying, is we want universal credit to be stopped. And we want universal credit, the entire process, because it's fundamentally designed, ideologically designed to remove support, ideologically designed to cause maximum distress and harm. We want universal credit to be scrapped. So I'm wearing the badge which says stop and scrap universal credit, which is our demand. But this is a message to Philip Hammond.
Yeah, and I was just going to say to you now, if Philip Hammond would, if he's watching today, would you like to look straight and tell Philip Hammond exactly what you think should happen and how he should use his budget tomorrow?
We say to you, Philip Hammond, you have hurt disabled the Tory government enough. We have borne the brunt of austerity 9 times more than any other group, and we have the human rights violations on disabled people got to stop. You have blood on your hands from the deaths of disabled people, and whatever you throw at us tomorrow, we're going to be outside Parliament, and I promise you this, we will ramp up the pressure, and we're going to make sure our New Year's resolution is we're going to put you out in the street where you belong.
Thanks. And Keith, you have an action going on tomorrow, is that right? Do you want to tell, or you're going to be doing something to protest the budget, Philip Hammond's budget?
Yeah, we're just joining. We're just going to be there, DPAC, supporting DPAC Bromley Inches. We're just going to turn up and just let them know how angry we are, because that's what it is for me, angry. I've only been in DPAC 7 months. I've worked up until last year, but what the Tories have done is a great job of turning claimant against, a worker against claimant rather. And what they don't get is that some of us can't work all the time. I try and work as much as I can, but I can't do it all the time. And universal credit is not going to put people into work. It's going to make people die. Yeah. That's basically what's going to happen. I only know a little bit about it, not as much as Paula, but I'm trying to get myself clued up on it. But it's there. It is there to fail, and it might kill as well. Well, it definitely will kill. It's going to kill thousands, hundreds of thousands probably. Because we've seen the homelessness in our local area. You see homelessness, it's already happening. It comes out in Bromley in May, in Bromley in our area, May 2012. No, May next 28. Yeah, next May. It comes out, and it's just going to be horrible.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Keith. Thank you, Paula. DPAC, what a fantastic organisation. DPAC will be speaking at the protest tonight also. Make sure you come down 6 o'clock this evening. Let your voice be heard. Let the Tory government know that we demand the alternative. Thank you.